Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. 99 bottles of rose on the wall, 99 bottles of rose. And if one of those bottles of Napa Valley rose should fall, there'll be 98 bottles of rose on the wall. 98 bottles of rose on the wall, 98 bottles of rose. And if one of those bottles should happen to fall, there'll be 97 bottles of Napa Valley Rosé on the wall. uh 97, but I'm just kidding. Connie Bomber! Thank you so much for being first here at 97 bottles of rosé on the wall. 97 bottles of rosé. Anyway, I managed to grab a couple bottles myself. It was so much easier for me this time. Um, Last time I got my clock cleaned out, I promise you. And the time before that, that was even worse. But this time I was like a tiger. I was ready to pounce. Oh, yeah, I kind of crept up on there and everything. And, I did those little slow steps like every cat does, when they're stalking their prey. Well, in this instance, my prey was 99 bottles of rosé on the wall. Woo! Anyway, I can't wait to get it. I'm going to be high as a Georgia pine. I promise you that. Anyway, thank you all so much for being here. Anyway, sold out again. Many successes, sold out again. But before we go on, let's wish a happy heavenly birthday to the People's Princess, Princess Diana, who, let me see, I think she would have been, 64 today? 64 years old? Yes, the People's Princess, Princess Diana. Just briefly, as we all know, Diana Frances Spencer was born on, let me see, July the 1st, 1961. And she made her transition on the 31st of August, 1997. She was, let me see, known for her activism, her glamour, and of course, one of the most dynamic people ever to come out of that royal family, if not the most dynamic, Prince Harry. Diana was born of British nobility and grew up close to the royal family, living at the Park House on their Sandringham estate. And in 1981, while working as a nursery school teacher, well, we all know the rest is history, the wedding of the century. I am just going to say it was a wedding of the century. It's hard to mention that without attaching it to that person. So I think I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. But anyway, happy heavenly birthday, Diana Frances Spencer. I'm happy leaving it at Spencer. And yeah, happy birthday. Okay. Let's see. I see a Novi D is here. Mary H. Beverly McCaskill, Lydia Washington, Miss Levy, Angela May, Monica Waters, Rositas, Renee Thomas, and a host of friends and others. Okay. Let's get on with it. So, sold out. Gosh, that's a beautiful looking bottle, isn't it? It's so simplistic and elegant. And I love the fact that it has the Duchess's calligraphy on it. It makes it so much more personal. Napa Valley Rosé. Yes, the wine comes from Napa Valley. And contrary to what the British tabloid media would have you believe, this is not some operation that is run out of the Montecito Manor. This wine is from the Napa Valley. Although I'm sure they have some beautiful soil in Montecito with this great microclimate. Um, this is from one of the best wine producing regions in the world, Napa Valley. And if you don't believe that, there are quite a few instances where some of that Napa Valley wine has gone up against Italy, has gone up against France, and has won quite a few ribbons in its day. So, as an American, I am particularly proud of that wine from the Golden State. As ever, Napa Valley Rosé. And by the way, you guys, I don't think we'll be on so long. I'm going to come back later for certain. Congratulations, Meghan Sussex, as ever. Oh, what must be going over the heads of those derangers right now? I'm telling you, I bet you they are about to bust a gut. They must be frothing at the mouth with frustration. And no doubt, just a little bit, what is the word that I'm looking for? They're probably a little bit
bitter. And, somebody needs to say it. Bitter. Bitter, bitter, bitter.
All right. Oh, what's that? You got yours? Well, Jelaine got hers. Let me see. Let's see some thumbs up for everyone who managed to score their rosé today. Let's see some thumbs ups for those who have managed to score. I'm going to take a look back through here. LDSW, thank you so much for being here. Oh, that horrible tweet. I know which one you're talking about. It was so awful. I could not share it. I would not share it. It was awful. We don't have room for that kind of stuff. Really? Here in the United States they don't deliver it? Because I had some recommendation if anyone is in Canada. I can't remember the name of the thing, but it was a couple of videos back, I think. One of the squatties who lives in Canada. Now, they say it takes a month of Sundays to get your delivery, but anything you order from As Ever, that particular service will deliver it. But you have to make sure that you're able to ship or receive the rosé. That could be problematic. Okay, where are those thumbs up? Oh, what's that? Certain states and counties do not allow receipt of shipments of the alcoholic products. That's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. Dorothy Ross is here. Hey, Dorothy Ross, thank you so much for joining us. We're glad you're here on the live. Absolutely. Words Do Matter says, hey, everyone, I placed my order for 3 bottles. Didn't know they had half case. Did anybody know if Charles Wine so? I got a better one for you. Does anybody care? Oh. Oh, man. Well, you know what? They are going to hitch their wagon to Meghan's success. Oh, 3 bottles. I see someone else got 3 bottles. I managed to nab 3 myself. Oh, yeah. We're going to be bubbly around here. I can assure you of that. Yeah. And the weird thing is, I'm I'm trying to think, when was the last time I had a glass of wine? It's been at least 3 years, 4 years. Elaine Parker, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for being a member of Royal Sussex as well as a moderator. Okay. I tell you, in the immortal words of Harvey Firestein, Harvey Firestein, you remember him, Torch Song Trilogy? Honey, today I'm not singing anything bluer than Zippity Doodah. You're supposed to be the torch singer around here. Honey, these days I'm not singing anything bluer than Zippity Doodah. Okay, VS speaks royally. The ultimate moderator on Royal Sussex. And by the way, you guys, Miss VS Speaks Royally has a channel of her own, so I don't need to tell you what to do. As always, I say like, subscribe, and share in that order. Like, subscribe, share. I think they got it. Yes, just like the rain in Spain is mainly on the plain, you have to like, subscribe, and not square. Wow, it sounds like I got my wine already, don't it? Like, subscribe, and square. Woo! It sounds like I got it already, don't it? Almost like I have one of those intravenous drips or something like that. But anyway, as always, like, subscribe, and let me put the link up for you. Okay. Give me just a second. VS. There we go. And okay. Speaks royally. And there we go. And there is a link to yet another Sussex friendly space. You can never have enough of them. Okay, let me pin that to the top of the message, and we are good to go. So, does anybody know exactly at what time did they sell out? Because I after that I was like, okay, I need to eat something. Let me see. Oh yeah, they are hot on the trail, aren't they? They are so hot on the trail. Oh, as a matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna play that thing about Meghan's manufacturing. You know, the one that everyone's been sharing. I shared it last night a couple times. I'll share that again today because it was so poignant. I figured we should watch it again and again. Okay, it's sold out before noon Eastern time, so that means, was that 2 hours? I'm not quite sure what that means. Noon Eastern time. The sale started at 9 my time, 10 their time. So is that like under 2 hours? Okay, this is what I'm looking for. Tangerine Squeeze says, I checked back at 10:45 a.m. Eastern. Oh, no, that's Central Standard Time. So, okay. All right, 45 minutes. So we're sure it was 45 minutes. I'm getting 1 hour. All right. Okay. Well, then let's go with it was under an hour before everything was sold out. I'm comfortable with that. Vivi Mac, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for joining us. Dorothy Ross says, hi, Elaine. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. That's a personal one. Let me get out of there. And let's see. Lydia Washington says, welcome to all who have joined. Please like, subscribe, join the membership if you can. Remember, memberships to Royal Sussex are a whopping $4.99 US. That's the price of a cup of coffee once a month. $4.99. Just under $5, and you can help support Royal Sussex. Okay. I thought balloons were apropos for yet another as ever victory. And now, let me see, Meghan posted a little video for us, so I'm going to share that. Of course, I changed it a little bit just to make it a little more interesting, and of course, to prevent those, copyrights. Don't want those copyrights. Okay. I think this is it. Yes, congratulations to the Duchess of Sussex. Once again, a triumphant day on as ever. Now, of course, Feminegra, who has become increasingly more and more valuable to me as a content creator. I don't know who's doing the writing over there, as they chose to keep it confidential. But yes, the writing is excellent. It is excellent. So says Meghan Sussex Rosé sells out in under an hour. The clock barely reached 9 a.m. Pacific on July the 1st before, as ever, flashed a single unmistakable notice: sold out. Meghan Sussex's first wine, a 2023 Napa Valley Rosé priced at $30 a bottle and offered only in a curated set, vanished from digital shelves less than 60 minutes after launch, and the sales through confirmed when the product page switched to waitlist mode. So waitlist means that it was sold out and we want you to just wait. Oh no, I'm sorry. The waitlist, I think that was when it started, right? The time release carried layered symbolism, landing on Princess Diana's birthday and amplifying consumer emotion as well as press intrigue. And I will say the press was quite intrigued. There we go. Let me see. It says the Rosé launch sparks instant demand. The debut blend, a Cabernet Sauvignon, a Mourvèdre, and is at Grenache and Syrah, leans on provincial inspiration. Each 3-bottle bundle sold for $90 with half case and case discounts for bigger carts. Shipping starts July the 9th. You hear that, guys? Shipping starts on July the 9th. So hang on to your hats. It's coming. Okay, so shipping starts July the 9th at a flat $20 across the continental United States. Those states' rules block deliveries to Alabama, Alaska, Delaware, Mississippi, Rhode Island, and Utah. Hawaii receives service only on 2 islands. So if you're in Hawaii, you can only get it on 2 islands. But if you're in those above mentioned states, Alabama, Alaska, Delaware, Mississippi, Rhode Island, and Utah, unfortunately, it appears as though deliveries are blocked. The site also warns customers in hotter regions to upgrade to overnight transport, a practice wineries nationwide endorse to protect flavor integrity during peak heat. Speaking of heats, um, apparently Connie Bomber is in the throes of a heat wave. Heat wave. I can't save for the heat wave. It's tearing me apart. Whenever I stare in space, tears fall over my face. I can't explain it, don't understand it, cause I'd never felt this way before. Could it be the devil in me, or is this the way love's supposed to be? Heat wave! Heat wave! Cotty Bomber, you know I was going to do that as soon as you said heat wave. Every time I hear heat wave, I got to sing the song. Anyway, what was I talking about? This site also warns customers in hotter regions to upgrade to overnight transport. A practice wineries nationwide endorse to protect integrity during peak heat. Critics panic while bottles disappear. Writers at the Daily Express warned that if Meghan's rosé sold out too quickly, she risked being called the Duchess of Fake Stock. Oy vey. Perhaps British media should focus on helping King Charles move his own discounted rosé instead of obsessing over Meghan's business. With all that taxpayer funding and side businesses, how else will the monarchy survive? Anyway, the Daily Express insulting warnings didn't hold up. Buyers shared their rosé receipts on social media to show their successful purchases, like April 1st as ever food launch, which sold out, that is, in 45 minutes, and June's restock. This wine drop followed the same trend: small stock, cleared sourcing, and real demand. While critics accuse the there we go. While critics accuse the Diana Day launch of manufactured sentiment, the numbers tell a simpler story. Customers clicked, purchased, and drained the supply before most critics finished their think pieces. Regularly hurdles, strict age verification, and of course, regional shipping bans did not slow momentum. They merely show that a Black woman entrepreneur can thrive inside the same system her distractors pretend to defend. Final thoughts. Final thoughts on Meghan's Napa Valley Rosé. Another hour, another sellout. Meghan Sussex delivers products that meet both emotional resonance and, of course, marketplace discipline, forcing the skeptics, media, to chase a story it can no longer control. The wine is gone for now, but the sentiment lingers. Quality and authenticity move quicker than outrage. Hello. That's right. The quality and authenticity moves faster than that manufactured outrage. Could it be the devil in me, or is this the way love's supposed to be? Heat wave! Heat wave! Yeah, I saw that. Let me see. Where is that at? See there? Baron, we have a heat wave. That's what greeted me today. Well, make sure you try to stay as cool as possible. Drink lots of water. And of course, well, there ain't much pollution in Switzerland, is it? All that fresh alpine air. Okay, let me see what we have here. Faye Collier, thank you so much for the super sticker. And also thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Okay, so again, the rosé sold out in less than an hour. Speaking of less than an hour, I promise you guys, we will not be here more than an hour. I mean it today. Yes, this is the start of something big. Okay, I'm looking at a couple of your comments here. Kanitha Ash is here. Welcome. Hazel Jones. All right. Cookies and cream? Absolutely. Patricia Ann Franklin. That's right. Rest in heaven, the people's princess. Again, if you're just joining us, don't forget today is Princess Diana's birthday. What would have been her 64th birthday. I still remember so well the introduction of Lady Diana Spencer. Lady Diana Frances Spencer. So thank you again, Feminagra. Great article. There you can see 2023 Napa Valley. So the wine has aged for a couple of years. So that means that it is at the peak flavor. And most likely aged in those huge oak barrels. You'll be able to taste the flavor when you take a sip of that wonderful rosé. So again, a Napa Valley rosé, and it is aged for a couple of years, so it should be very good. But I got the 3 bottles. So I didn't know that you had to buy 3. You had to buy them in 3 and what was the other one? 6. Gosh, I could imagine some people have stocked up then. Some people have stocked up. You know, it'll make a great gift at Christmas time or birthdays. Lucy Lowe, what's that? I'm so jealous of all you guys going on about your purchases again. I'm in England and I'm very sad. Feel very happy for Meghan and you all. I'm sad for me and Sussex loving Britons. Oh, I'm so sorry that you guys haven't been able to buy it yet, but I do hope so in the future you can. I really mean that. And again, as you say, this is really focusing on Meghan's success. It sends a very strong message to the derangers, to those right-leaning MAGA Brexit people. I mean, if you ever, and I don't recommend this, but if you have ever drifted into some of the derangers' heads, if you look and peer into their minds, meaning, of course, the content that they upload, it is so disturbing. And that there is a pattern to it. There is a pattern. There are certain people that they share, not even associated with the Sussexes, but there are certain political things and such. It's just disturbing. It is so much nicer over on this side of things. We have what they don't have, and that is a sense of community. Okay? They don't have that. They don't know that type of community. S, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you so much for joining us today, a day of victory here on Royal Sussex. Before I go on, I just got that inspiration to share the Sussex squad. It's been a minute. We should do this.
Thomas, I wanted to ask you about these vile individuals who refer to themselves as the Sussex Squad.
So I come to my dad's house and start going through it, and I look on YouTube, and my God, I see the Sussex Squad and the Royal Sussex page on YouTube and the things they post, and that's where I found that disgusting video making fun of my father just because he's going to the Jubilee. I mean, and if you look on the Royal Sussex page on YouTube, you're going to see exactly whose it is. It's definitely Meghan Markle. And if it's not her personally, she's definitely paying somebody to do it.
Oh, if you guys don't remember, I got in trouble, I think. Somehow Thomas Markle Jr. Has been watching. You know, he went into his dad's house and he was going through, and I guess that means ransacking the place allegedly. I mean, what kind of child goes to their parent house while the parent is still alive and just go through, as he say? He wanted to say going through things, but he caught himself. He said, when I went to my dad's house and I was going through, yeah, we know what you mean. Turning the drawers upside down, ripping open the mattress, looking behind the picture frames. Wait, going to the bread in the freezer and looking between the slices of bread to see if there were any money folded up in there. Oops, did I just expose my hiding place? Anyway, you guys, he was just going through. It doesn't mean he was looking for valuables. But lo and behold, he turns his dad's computer on, and what did he see? The Royal Sussex and the Sussex Squad. Oh my goodness, that was like my best day since Christmas. Anyway, the alleged ransacking of the house, but as he said, he went through, which is understandable. His dad was under the weather or whatever, and he just decided to take a peek into his life. I guess he must have saw something he liked, because look at where they both live today. What's on that computer? I don't think I want to know. I'm not old enough to know. Baby Sis Doll, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the super chat. Long time no see. Another festive day for the Squatties. Blessings. Absolutely blessings. Yeah, this is a great day. This is a great day. I tell you, all of the flack, as they call it, that built up to July the 1st. I know it seems very exhausting, all of the negative, nasty things that is said, but when people are giving you that much scrutiny, that means you're winning. That is a clear sign that you're winning. That means that you're on top. That means that you are succeeding, and they are afraid. And just like what do they call it? When a dog is afraid, that's why it barks so much. However that goes. Church Nelly, thank you so much for being here. Okay. There you go. So if you're curious about the flavor of the As Ever Napa Valley Rosé, delicately balanced rosé with soft notes of stone fruit, gentle minerality, and a lasting finish, reminiscent of the finest provincial style. It's crisp, pale in color, and effortlessly elegant. I cannot wait. Crafted for slow afternoons and golden hour gatherings, this rosé captures the essence of sun-drenched outdoor moments through its thoughtfully crafted blend. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I got to get some brie. Okay, and take a look here. Here's a couple posts from the Duchess today. Let me see. And remember, you guys, if you tag your Instagram, there is a excellent chance that the Duchess of Sussex will see it and she will share it on her Instagram. It's a great opportunity for you to expand your channel, because there are going to be so many people laying eyes on what you have shared. So let me see. Did I just order the As Ever official wine? Yup. And this other very small print, what does that say? The way I planned an entire meeting around this drop, but I got my order for 3 bottles in. Can't wait. As Ever official, at As Ever official. So you see there, they put As Ever official, and the Duchess of Sussex was able to see it. And then once you share that tag, she'll take a look at it and see if it's something that is clean and decent for us to see, and then it goes on her Instagram. I like that. Doretha Green, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for joining us here on Royal Sussex. And of course, this is the photo that was shared with us. Was it Sunday? Was it Sunday? I think it was Monday. There it is. And there is Meghan. I love that ice bucket, by the way. And I don't know if you guys noticed this, but the ice has the flower sprinkles frozen into them. So remember, if you want those nice clear ice cubes, you may want to try some distilled water. Or if you aren't able to get distilled water, bring the water to a boil, let it cool, and then add the flour sprinkles to the ice tray, and in the freezer it goes, and you'll have those beautiful big chunky ice cubes with the flour sprinkles. And of course, this lady, do you guys know who this is? I don't know who she is. I feel like I should know who she is, but they have used her as a meme for years. Now, the first time I saw her as a meme, as a matter of fact, I wish I would have had this ready, but let me see if I can grab that photo of this lady. It is the most adorable meme. There it is right there. Okay. I found $20 in the parking lot and thought to myself, what would Jesus do? So I turned it into wine. This is the meme that I first noticed her. Except I changed the wording because originally, that's Jennifer Lewis. I almost didn't recognize her with both feet on the floor, because usually she have one of those legs kicked up in the air. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I changed the words because originally it says, I thought to myself, what would Church Nelly do? So I turned it into wine. Anyway, okay, that is Jennifer Lewis. I tell you, that expression that she has, I almost didn't recognize her. That and the fact that it appears as though she has both feet on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Because usually it is one up, one down, right? Y'all think I'm kidding, right? Okay, let me share this with you. Let me share it, because I don't think you believe me. You see what I'm saying? Now that looks like Jennifer Lewis. Before I couldn't tell, but if she would have had one leg up, I'd be like, Jennifer? Jennifer Lewis? I couldn't recognize her. Hey, it's an easy mistake to make. Well, she's one of a kind. And there is only one Jennifer Lewis. Thank goodness for that. All right. Let me see. I don't want to say the name, but MS, thank you so much for the PayPal. All right. Okay, let's keep it moving then. Now, you guys are going to love this. You are going to love this. I meant to share it with you yesterday, and somehow I neglected to add it. But if you are not following this young man, you have simply got to do it because he is terrific. And he says the quiet parts out loud. He says the quiet parts out loud. A very stinging rebuke to some of the most terrible, awful, cruel derangers and royal reporters. I promise you. Okay, let me cue it up for you. And I tell you, I'm glad he's on our side. I'm so glad.
Rachel Casper, you walking antique store. You really fired up your rotary thoughts and logged onto the internet and called Prince Harry. Yes, Prince Harry, a washed up pariah. Like you're not sitting in front of Desperation era wallpaper, looking like a haunted doll collector. Let's start with your audacity, because it's hand-stitched and delusional. You, a woman dressed up like a church organist who moonlights at Civil War reenactments, thought you were qualified to declare someone irrelevant? Honey, your entire existence looks like it smells like mothballs and expired Avon perfume. You've got a wardrobe straight out of a dusty attic and a worldview to match. You're out here peddling books named Cup, which sounds less like a novel and more like a random object somebody grabs when they've lost the plot. Cup and Cup the Continuation? Girl, is the next installment called Saucer the Reckoning? You write like you're trying to win a contest at your local retirement home and still losing to Doris, who only writes in cursive, and war flashbacks. And the nerve, the aching, brittle nerve to call Harry whiny with mommy issues? Of course you'd say that. You're the same flavor of emotionally constipated that confuses emotional intelligence with weakness and trauma healing with whining. Harry went to war, buried his mother, built a life, and married a black woman who triggers every fiber of your laced up insecurity, and still manages to outclass the entire Windsor PR machine. Meanwhile, you're cosplaying aristocracy in your backyard and confusing Amazon reviews for literary awards. And as for no woman should marry him, Rachel, sweetie, let's be clear. No man, woman, or binary entity in this dimension or the next is waking up thinking, you know who I want to model my love life after? The emotionally stunted Etsy Duchess with a god complex and a scarf collection. You're not giving wise elder. You're giving missed the call to be a 1940s home ec teacher and never recovered. You don't care that Harry's irrelevant. You're furious that he's free, that he buried the rule book you worship and danced on its ashes with a black woman you were taught to fear. You're not just bitter, you're historically bitter. The kind of bitter that gets passed down with recipes and resentment. So here's your crown, Rachel, Queen of Delusion, Duchess of Irrelevance, and Supreme Minister of minding everybody else's business but their own. Now go back to your dollhouse, take a seat in your little tea room, and stitch together a better personality.
Woof! Wow. I tell you, a stinging rebuke if I've ever heard one. Oh, wow. I had to catch my breath after that one. I literally had to catch my breath. As I make sure that I'm very disciplined about not saying the names, thank you so much, DR, for the PayPal, and thank you so much for your continued support of Royal Sussex. Yeah, when I first started the channel, I kind of got in trouble because someone's name for their account was different from their handle on social media. They were like, could you not do that? And I'm like, oh my goodness, I felt terrible. Dorothy, no, it's Doretha Green. You just became a member. Thank you so much for that. That is super. I really, really do appreciate that. And also, VS Speaks Royally, a new member. Thank you so much for that. Now, you know, that is an incredible compliment when moderators are also members. That is so I tell you, that really warms my heart. Thank you so much for that. Uh you guys, I have to tell you, VS helped me with some technical stuff early on. You know how sometimes people say, I'm not able to comment, I'm not able to comment, and I didn't block that person? VS helped me sort that out. VS helped. That's why they say it takes a village, and it really does. Okay, let me go to the next thing here. Oh, love that. Love that. Actually, I kind of added that backdrop. It just seemed apropos. I love a beautiful loggia overlooking the sea. If I ever win the lottery, I am going to make sure that I buy a home that has a loggia overlooking the water. And this one, you might recognize that that is actually a painting behind them, or at the very least, an AI creation. But either way, it's not an actual like photograph, it's a painting. Matter of fact, both of these are digital. Yeah. But they make, I mean, Harry and Meghan, they're just the kind of people, they look perfect with that kind of backdrop. You know what I'm saying? They're that hot couple on vacation. And of course, this was created by Feminagra. All right. Now, kind of sneaks up on you, doesn't it? You know I cannot stand her. You know I cannot stand her. She's one of those people that always has something hypercritical to say about Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. If you don't know her, let me make an introduction. Alexandra Shulman, who was, I know you're not going to believe this, given how, you know, amazing Anna Wintour is, can you believe that Anna Wintour used to have her job as the editor of the British Vogue? No, I'm serious. That is a Vogue editor. It was. That was a Vogue. No, listen, concentrate. That was a Vogue editor, and also a known habitual, um, you know, anti-Meghan kind of person. Anyway, she did some interview the other day, but she wrote an article yesterday, and I'm like, girl, no, you didn't. Yes, she did. She wrote an article comparing herself to Anna Wintour. Anna Wintour is so amazing. Most people can't even stand her, but you have to admit her fashions are always on point. And she is probably one of the best magazine editors in history. Yeah, one of the best ever. So you cannot deny that. That you cannot deny. She has been an amazing editor. Anyway, I went through the article and it was mostly about her, how she felt when she left, when she stepped down. So how Anna must feel right now. It was an exercise in I felt this way. I bet she felt that way too. The article is a waste of time. If you come across it, do not bother. I mean, there you can see side by side. Um, yes, Anna Wintour could be brutal, but like me, you see what I'm saying? But like me, why would you write a whole article comparing yourself to my birthday twin? Anna Wintour and I share birthdays. Why would you compare yourself to my birthday twin? You are nothing like my birthday twin, and don't ever try to confuse people. Like me, she'll surely feel a deep sense of loss to walk away from the cashmere nest that is the editor's chair at Vogue. But the thing that's different about you, Alexandra, is that she's not stepping away, she's stepping up. She's not walking away, she's going up. She's going to maintain the mother of all benefit packages in her position as a upper level executive at the Condé Nast. So the comparisons in right there. For you, you had to walk of shame where all of those young people could not be more pleased to see the back of you compared to Anna Wintour, who still has a, what is it, a $200,000, $400,000 clothing allowance, limousine service. They drop off her dry cleaning just like in The Devil Wears Prada. How dare you compare yourself to Anna Wintour? Don't ever do that. You embarrass yourself by doing that. Stay away from that kind of thinking. Mama, let me see. Where is it at here? Okay. Mama Janet, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. But poor Alexander Schulman, she is all confused about her, shall we say, her importance in the world of fashion. Let me see. Brutal, bullying, vain, unpleasant, odd, and in Schulman's case, unphotogenic. That is what one of the I'm sorry. I forgot I put that on there. That is a comment that someone left about the article. There were many people that were very critical of the fact that she wrote this article mostly about herself to try to tell people what Anna Wintour was feeling right now. It was, what is the word I'm looking for? Pathetic. It was absolutely pathetic. It was so pathetic. I think I just got saliva all over my monitor. That's how pathetic it was. It was pathetic. Oh, Alexander Schulman, don't do it. Oh, check it out. The rail replacement service. They are ending the official royal train, the one that has been in service since the time of Queen Victoria. It will never work again as of next year. They haven't used it but twice this year, so they're going to put it in mothballs. And in all likelihood, you'll have a chance to see it up close at the Rail Museum in York, England. They have a fantastic rail museum. As a matter of fact, they have the old Queen Victoria train up there. So you could actually peer right into the windows and see exactly what those royals were up to. Also, according to this person here, it says breaking. Aides at Kensington Palace are telling us that the closet door is definitely ajar and could be thrown wide open very soon. Now, I don't know how much of that you believe, but I think that we may actually get a chance to find out what the recipe is for the pulled pork sandwich. Yes, I got a feeling that in the very near future, we are going to get a pulled pork sandwich recipe. Okay. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot. Let me share this with you. Let me go back to this spot of bother again. How did I forget that one? How did I forget that one? Let me see here. Okay. I just wanted you to hear a couple of the things that some of her colleagues have said about her. Do you get the feeling that I do not like her? I do not. She was rude to our Duchess, and I'll never let her forget that. Okay. As Schulman took on the role as editor-in-chief of Vogue in 1992, some speculated that she was not experienced enough for the role. Furthermore, others commented that her personal appearance did not conform to previous Vogue editors. As the New York Times noted, the British press has made much of the fact that when it comes to personal wardrobe, Miss Schulman could learn a thing or two from Miss Tiberius. Trademark Chanel, yeah, Miss Tiberius is trademark Chanel, and that she could also become better acquainted with a hairbrush. It has been noted that it is still remarked upon that she doesn't look like an editor of Vogue. That's just rude. That's just rude. But I would be remiss if I did not share that with you. That was my favorite part. Okay, now, that being said, let me close it out for today, for this hour. As I said, I'm only going to be on for an hour. Our beloved Princess Diana. I think about what could have been, but never will be. Diana was really the first royal to take on some very interesting charitable causes like clearing landmines and HIV/AIDS. There was actually criticism of her from members of the royal family, the Queen to be exact. Why would you want to take on something like AIDS? They told her. And Diana had this very wise view of the world, something that spoke straight from her heart, that people need to be seen, people need to be touched, people need to be loved. And when she went to the wing of the hospital that was opened in her honor, there was much murmuring about whether Diana was going to wear gloves. A matter of fact, the Queen, as you know, during her public appearances, she always wore gloves with the walkabouts and such reception lines. But Diana was not interested in that type of policy. And so when she arrived, there was a sigh of relief that she didn't have any gloves on. And as you know, she actually touched and embraced some of the patients, all of whom were, eventually not going to survive their illness. And there was one particular young man there that was a nurse. Not only was he working at the hospital, but he was also a patient, but he hadn't really succumbed to most of the terrible effects of the disease. And anyway, she opened the wing and it was a huge success. There were people at the time, not just patients at the hospital, but um, AIDS patients all over the world, all over the Western world for sure, that had been estranged from their families because of the stigma of AIDS. And to be fair, there was so little known about it at the time that people were just afraid. But when Diana learned what the science was, she was absolutely fearless. And she not only saved quite a few lives by sharing information about the disease, she also saved entire families that had become estranged because of the illness. So, incredible, Diana, absolutely incredible. That is one of those things that I wish the royal family would embrace about Diana, but we know the politics about that. But she has done some extraordinary things, and you would think that they would understand that um, going to give out a trophy for a sport event that you did not participate in, that is one way to make the royal family relevant. But another way, I believe, is to recognize the contribution of Princess Diana, the people's princess. So, with that, you guys, thank you so much. I will be back later this evening, and we'll talk some more about the rosé, which, of course, sold out today in less than 1 hour. Okay, love you guys. I will see you later today and tomorrow. So cheers, all the best, and congratulations again to the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Sussex, for another triumphant rollout of a new product. Oh, you know what? I almost missed that, didn't I? Only the British media could make selling out in an hour a bad thing. Their jealousy is insane. And thank you so much for your comment. And what else? Jason Knopf, you in danger, girl. Me think the men in gray suits about to scapegoat him for losing Harry and Meghan. Oh, wow. I'm so glad I didn't miss that. That was hilarious. Let me see. Did I miss any other one? Okay, I did not. I think we're okay. All right. Thank you so much. Sorry I nearly missed that. That was a save for certain. Okay, you guys, thank you so much. And I will see you all later tonight. Thanks, moderator.